Hello friends, good morning, bonjour, bon dia, buenos dias, buen camino. Up at 6 this morning, naturally, well, if you could say naturally. There were only 3 of us in the room last night. We went out and had dinner. It was very nice. Wonderful man from Germany, wonderful lady from France, and me, wonderful dude from Colorado. We had the Pilgrim's menu. Well, we didn't all have the Pilgrim's menu. I did. I had, what did I have? Scrambled eggs with ham as my first. And then Milanese chicken with fries as my second. And then actually a coffee as my third. And a glass of wine. Very nice, 14 euro. I went back to the room, did some editing, tried to post a video, fell asleep. We all woke up naturally. Nobody snored. I mean, I think the guy, or maybe it was the lady, snored just a little. Not enough to be disruptive. And we left the window open. And at 6 o'clock I heard, I think, garbage trucks moving through the city. So that woke me up. I gathered my stuff silently, ninja'd out of the room, got ready, and here I am walking at, 6:45. I'm gonna find coffee and then give you a proper update on the day. It's beautiful, beautiful weather. Look, you can't see the monastery. You saw plenty of it yesterday. That place was wild. The art inside, the story of it, the art, the beauty, incredible. And there's only 8 Benedictine monks that live there and care for the place now. Anyway, I'm gonna find a coffee. I'll catch up with you later. Buen camino. Fill my water bottle. And another traveler. I love these. They're everywhere. I love them. I'm gonna fill my water. Okay. It is 7 in the morning, and I'm just leaving Samos. We are just leaving Samos right now. Goodbye, Samos. I am so sad to report that I did not find anywhere to get a cup of coffee. Because, according to the app that I just referenced to kind of get a handle on what the first part of the day is going to be like. Go for the car. Oh, it looked like a party bus. I should have jumped on. According to the app I just checked, it said that there's no water until Saria. Well, let me back up. My day today should be about 28 kilometers to where I'm going, which is 17 miles. That's not so bad, actually. And I won't say it's flat, but compared to what we've seen over the last days, garbage truck, taxi, compared to what we've seen over the last couple days, and certainly other points during this Camino, not a big deal. The elevation gain and drop should not be a big deal. So my total day is going to be about 28K, 17 miles. But after 14K, I reach Saria, which is, as we talked about before, one of, I think, probably the most popular starting place on the Camino de Santiago, all routes. which means there's going to be a big culture change there, a big shift, and I think I'm ready for it. I might be a little grumpy. It's okay, guys. I might be a little grumpy. I give myself permission to be a little grumpy, but I've also done the mental work to say, this is their thing. This is a huge accomplishment for them. Let's just, it's a party. I've done my hard work in the mountains. I've done my sad sack in the plains. I've done my wine country and meeting bubbles and moving on and this, that, and the other thing. I've done all of it. Easter Sunday in Burgos, Semana Santa, staying in a Donativo in Granion. Incredible experiences. I've done all that. Now let's party a little bit. Let's have fun. And not to say that I'm gonna go off the rails again. I hope I won't. I'm gonna definitely try not to. But this should be cheerful and uplifting, because I also have a segment after my Camino where it's going to be dialed back, some time to contemplate and process the entire journey. Having said all that, the app I was looking at said 14 Ks to Sarria, and it said between here and there, no water. So I just chugged a bunch of water. I filled up my water bottle. I've got a spare small water bottle that I had used previously to ice my tendonitis. I don't think there's any big sharp elevation gains or drops throughout the end. So I may finally crack that bad boy open and drink that if I need. But what that tells me is that if there's no water available, maybe there's nowhere to get coffee. Oh, so sad. 14K. My friends, that's like 3.5 hours. Yeah. So I hope it just means there are no public fountains available, and there will be plenty of places you can go and have a snack and some coffee, and maybe the person behind the bar or whatever will fill your water bottle if you need it. That's what I'm hoping it means. We'll see. So for now, I'm just going to start putting the miles on. As I said, I expect to reach Sarria, if right now it's 7, by about 10:30. And if I stop for a coffee or something, then we'll tack on that time. So 7:30 at 8 o'clock, I think is fair. Maybe, yeah, we'll just say that. And then that's half my day. Did I say 7:30 to 8 o'clock? No. 10:30 to 11 o'clock. Very wishful thinking. And then that's, half my day. Tack on a lunch break, and then another 3.5 or 4 hours of walking. So a nice long day. It'll be fine. We're going to have fun. Buen Camino. I'm a simple guy. I see cows, I take videos. Hello, my cow friends. How are we this morning? Whoa, hello, cow friend. Itchy ear, okay. Okay, cow friends. I guess I disturbed the cows. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna move on before these cows start acting up on me. I'm gonna start a riot. Okay. I don't like that. I'm gonna do this. Ta-da! This is kind of cool. Very muddy too. I should be very careful here. Yeah. It's a bit of a steep climb at the end from that trail, and it was dark and warm and muddy, but a beautiful view as we emerge. Okay, this person must know hospitality for pilgrims. They know that some of us have walked and can't find a coffee. Look, mira, mira, mira. This is going to be a great place to sit, have a cup of coffee. It's a Donativo. I love this. Coffee, milk. Yes, there's some in there. Yes, I will donate. Maybe a little piece of fruit or cake. Incredible. Okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to stamp. Maybe I'll show you the stamping process too. I'll get all my stuff ready. Okay. Okay, I got all my change ready. It's like almost €2. And I got my credential ready. This is the one that I got at the monastery maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. And because my other one, excuse me, was getting full, I charted out my days and there's enough pages to make it to Santiago. So I filled out this information. I got my first one at the hostel last night and then this big one from the monastery in Samos. So we're going to go ahead and put some more in here. And so we just, let's see which way is up. I think this way. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a hummingbird. Okay, I see. So hummingbird up. And I'm going to say we go here. Beautiful. So a little stamp there. You always want to close the ink up. And then the date today is the 6th of May, 2025. Okay. So that is how we do our credencial. We're going to drop all our money in the Donativo box because I'm going to get me a coffee and either a piece of fruit or one of those cakes. I don't know which one yet. But thank you for the hospitality. This is cool. That is incredible. And I love it. That gives me the juice to keep going. What a beautiful thing to do. And what a lovely house they've got. And it's right next to the church/graveyard. And we go this way, friends. That Donativo station really got me thinking. A, I needed it. Super dope. Perfect timing. Surely over the years, my first thought was, oh, maybe those are pilgrims and they've walked. And then I thought, well, but this has been going on for thousands of years, so that is not a new thing. Just a little setup. 6 cups with some coffee, milk, hot water, different variety of teas or hot chocolate, some sugar, some treats, fruit, water, etc., juice. Goes a long way. And you know, there's a little Donativo box with a stamp. There was also a QR code. There was a bathroom you could use if you wanted, and there was a little QR code for like online donations. But it got me thinking, like, I wouldn't set up a little stand in front of my house for random passersby. But, I live in a different place with different things happening. Maybe if I lived there, I would do something like that. This Camino is more than just a collection, to me, as I'm observing it, by the way. More than just a collection of people with backpacks walking to Santiago for one reason or another. Like, there's a deep cultural and historical significance that the Camino has. It is part of Spain, and it is part of who the Spanish people are. I'm speaking broadly, of course, and there's a ton of history, and of course, religion and the various battles over religion and the fighting for power within religion and among different religions all play a part in it. And so I would imagine, as I was thinking about this, yeah, maybe if I lived in a place like that, growing up in a country like this, along the Camino, or maybe any Camino, that I would set up a table like that. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I was walking with this guy, if you remember Didier from France. He's from southern France, Basque country, and it shares a lot with northern Spain. And he was a student in Madrid. Sorry, I'm looking down. I'm walking on this like slippery slate stuff, and there's organic material, and it had rained, so I do have to be careful. I do not want to bust my ass. Ooh, 125K. 125K. Yeah. Let's go. So I was talking to Didier, and he had walked from Madrid on a Camino that starts there, and then comes up and joins the French way maybe a week ago or so. And I asked him how that experience was. Because he was carrying a bigger backpack. And he said, he had to carry like a bivouac or like a one-person tent. And, his gear choices were a little bit different because it is a much more remote Camino. And you don't want to get caught out in that remote wilderness for one reason or another. But he said what he found was that, at least when he was walking, so March and April and now into May, he said that often he found that he was the only pilgrim that was walking any given stage or was going through any given town in that day, which created, and again, this is off season, so I don't know what it's like during different seasons, but this was his experience that he was sharing with me. It created this situation where there were so many people along the way in these communities that were excited to see him and wanted to help him and wanted to talk to him and make sure he had everything he needed. And that folks from one town would be expecting him because the folks in the last town had called ahead and said, look for this guy. And if he doesn't show up, we're going to go looking for him. A really wild thing. The albergues, the situation there was usually he had to go to a bar down the street and get the key from the bartender, and the bartender would say, yeah, and just like drop it in this box, lock up when you're done or whatever. And he was the only person in there. A completely different experience. And so he was experiencing a culture shock from joining the French way. Even a week ago, at the end of the Meseta, he was feeling a culture shock from all the people. And I think he probably is ahead of me now. He's probably experienced it as he passes Sarria. So I just kind of wanted to talk about thinking about what that Donativo made me think about. A beautiful thing. I really needed it, by the way. A little coffee, and I love that pound cake, the little tiny pound cakes. Oh, I should have dropped a $5 in that box and just chowed down on some other stuff too. But it's cool. And then the different ways come into mind, because this is the most popular way, and the Portuguese is the second most popular way now. But there are dozens of other recognized ways, and I've met people that have started. I met someone yesterday that started from Amsterdam. There's a way that starts up there. You can start in Canterbury. You can start in Rome. A lot of people start in France. I mean, so these routes. Ooh, I like this. Oh, look at the burls. Oh, someone left a flippy floppy. Old wood. So there are a lot of these ways here in Europe that all lead to Santiago, and there are walks that go to other places, right? There's a massive pilgrimage called Via Frentidena that starts in, I know I probably butchered the pronunciation, Frentidena. Starts in the UK, and Canterbury, I believe, and goes all the way down to Rome. Passes through Tuscany, and I bet that would be fantastic. There's also one of, the pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Say what you will about how smart it would be for your average person to do that now, but such as it is, people have been doing it for thousands of years. There are long distance walks of other varieties. There's one in Malaysia. I remember talking to, oh gosh, what was his name? A little guy from Malaysia. He said there's one there. It goes all the way around. There's a 88 temple walk in Japan. In the United States, we've got a bunch of long distance hikes that go through the wilderness. And so what that Donativo stand kind of made me think of also was what is referred to as trail magic along these long distance hikes in the U.S. Like, for example, let's say the Appalachian Trail, or the Continental Divide Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, or Colorado Trail, whatever it is, whichever flavor you like. There are people in those communities, or that are long distance hikers themselves, that'll do things like find a road crossing and set up a tent and make hot dogs and burgers for people, or fresh ice cream, or whatever it is, a kindness to somebody who is doing something hard. So, I don't know. I've never done one of those long distance hikes in the U.S. For many years. I was preparing to do the Colorado Trail, and then I injured my back twice in 1 year. And it made me feel like putting on a 40-pound backpack and hiking where there are days in between towns sometimes, and you're pretty remote in some areas, that was too risky, too dangerous. I didn't want to throw my back out or just, blow my knee out and then be stuck there. I suppose that's the risk anybody takes that does these things, but for me, I felt particularly vulnerable to it. And also, the thought of taking a month off work to walk the Colorado Trail was unimaginable to me. And here I am doing 6 weeks here, and some people do more. I think once I get back into the professional world, I will once again find it very difficult to take any significant time to do anything like this. Plus, I imagine the next trip I take is probably going to be laying by a pool in Mexico with the wife, which is also fun and very relaxing, fulfilling in a different way. So, I don't know. I just wanted to get some thoughts out while I walked. I better put this camera away and focus on my steps and maybe up the speed a little bit. I don't want to dawdle and take all day walking. I want to enjoy the day as well. You should too. Buen Camino. think I'm going here, and then there, and then there, and then something happens, and then I think going up there, and up there, and up there, and up there. But I see cows, and cows, and cows. You know I take the pictures of cows. I will try to restrain myself. No promises. Okay. Buen Camino. There is mist or steam or something coming up from the water. And there's a lovely bridge. There we go. Walking along this lovely path and starting to think about some of the people I met along the way. I know we're not at the end, but I've been walking by myself. I haven't seen a person all day. I mean, it's only 2 hours into my walk, so I'm sure I'll see it, and especially when we cross into Saria. But thinking about some of the people and the stories, you know, I'm walking because, of course I say that, and here comes a van. Holy crap. This is crazy. This happens over and over. You can't make it up. I'm not even kidding. I haven't seen a single person. It's just like 2 days ago, coming down from Osabrero. Hadn't seen anyone for half hour. I stopped to pee on the side of the road, and a biker comes whizzing by. This is crazy. Okay. These things have been happening to me this entire time. It's so hard to explain. Coincidence, magic, call it what you will. I'm waiting for one of these rocks to come crashing down on me. Anyway. I've been thinking about some of the people I've met and listening to their stories and motivations and this, that, and the other thing. You know, I've got my own requirements and my own reasons. But when you start talking to people, you meet people and you start talking to them, a lot of times, once we're all comfortable, you hear a lot about, I'm walking because I feel compelled for this reason. I'm doing it this way for these reasons. In memory of this person, etc., etc. And I thought I'd share one from yesterday. You'll remember, I haven't produced the video yet or posted it, but it just happened yesterday, and I will. Sandra, she's from Korea, and she was walking with the little dog in the pack. I think the dog's name was Mua. Adorable little dog, going blind. And she said at the time when I first met her that Mua's going blind, and so she wanted to show her the world. Beautiful. That is beautiful. We also saw Sandra at dinner. Me and the two people that I shared a room with. There was only 3 of us in a room. I told you about that. But we all went across the street and had dinner because I had eaten at the restaurant at the albergue I stayed at already, so I wanted a different menu. And we saw Sandra there, and we chatted with her a little bit. And she shared more. Mua was about 10 years old. And she said Mua had been her mother's dog. And that her mother had died 2 years ago. So she had promised her mother that she would look after the dog. I'm getting emotional. It really is beautiful. And I think in the same way that Pete was carrying the ashes of his dad and his best friend, I think Sandra was carrying Mua to help process her mother's death. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep walking. Sorry. I just got like overwhelmed with the sadness and beauty of it for both Sandra and Moon. But you hear these stories and it makes it a really special experience. I wonder if this place is open. And if it is, I wonder if they have coffee. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna check it out. Wow. Very cool. Like little lighthouses. And towers everywhere. Okay, turns out they weren't open. That's fine. I should keep moving. But to continue, now that I'm calmed down, I think that's part of what makes this such a special experience for a lot of people that want to take it seriously. And maybe that's part of what causes umbrage with the people that don't take it seriously, is that this is kind of cathartic, if you will allow it to be. Or it can just be a reason to meet people and hear stories. Or it can just be a nice walk that sometimes will punish you. Or it can be a tour of some fantastic cities in northern Spain. Or a giant bar crawl, as we've seen. For me, it's been all of the above so far. But I am always resetting back to why I believed that I should have come in the first place. And that was to provide some clarity where, oh, there it is. Sun was blasting me in the face. Provide some clarity on what's important in life. What do I want to do and who do I want to do it for? My recording stopped. What do I want to do and who do I want to do it for? And as the days have gone by and I've thought about that question, I will reiterate that what I've landed on is that it's not really about who I work for. I still think I'll probably land in project management as a discipline, a specialist in the discipline of project management. Maybe as a strategic consultant again, or working for a PMO. But I think the more important thing is finding an opportunity that will allow me to more fully enjoy the life I do have, because it has been made clear to me that the most important thing is the people you surround yourself with, the relationships you have, enjoying what you do have, the simplicity of life. Not, you know, we all get into ruts a little bit, and it's comfortable, but you don't want to let all the time go by and then you look back and you say, what did I do? I would rather be more proactive and enjoy more of the days with the people that I like. So I will continue thinking about these things over the next, wow, what do we have, 9 days? Something like that. The number of days doesn't matter. It'll be done when it's done. The lessons will remain, I hope. Yeah, just capturing my thoughts. And I know that, you know, in another half hour, 45 minutes, I'll be pulling into Saria, get a nice second breakfast, and maybe I'm preparing to see more people. So this is my chance to practice mindfulness, awareness, gratitude, celebrating on behalf of all the people that are joining for their first days, maybe doing this for the first time, their only time. Who knows? So I still reserve the right to be poopy and frustrated. I'll tell you about it, but that is life. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I have flaws, so we'll talk about it, we'll get over it, and then we'll move along day by day, poco a poco, huh? Bit by bit. So for now, we'll keep walking. Yeah, buen camino. Hello. Whew. Stick's going crazy. Bye. Just came around the corner into this cool little town. Whoa. Sorry. I wonder where this is. I mean, the roads are well done. The house is nice. Chickens, okay. Those chickens live in a giant wine barrel. They sure do. Look at this. Those lucky chickens. Whoa. That's their home. Hello, chickens. I don't want to disturb them. But a town like this, you figure... Oh, sorry, rooster. I said chicken. That's a rooster, huh? A town like this, you figure, maybe coffee? Would be nice. Oh, another old church. See, we've got these those pieces of shale as roofing material. Very cool. Wow, I'm gonna take a picture of this. This way. This way. Okay, maybe I was wrong. That town didn't have anything. Some cool places. Yeah. But no businesses. So back into the woods we go, my friends. Vamos. We emerge from the woods into another place. I hear cows. Is it possible that the cows produce milk, which is used in the cafe where I can get my coffee? There's a road. I mean, this is looking good, guys. Woo! Hello, everybody. This is looking good. There is a car. I can't believe anybody would live in that building. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, ciao. Nope. Some houses, but No coffee for me. Ooh, ugh, this is me walking despondent. Let's see. Is there coffee? No? Aww. Keep walking, Joe. Uh-huh. We got another one, folks. Burgos. León. Astorga. Y Sarria. Sarria. I come over a hill. That's where I'm going for lunch. That is where most people, the greatest percentage of people, start their pilgrimage to Santiago. That's it in the distance. I got some more energy. I said it was going to be a half hour. I am a ways away still. I don't know exactly how long, how far. I don't care. I'm going. Actually, it doesn't look that far. Okay? It doesn't look that far. That's like an hour. No problem. Okay, let's go, folks. Buen camino. I have officially crossed into Sarria. This entire morning, the only people I saw was that van that came by. I saw two guys that worked for the local alamajento, or whatever you call it, the local government, doing this weed whacking along the trail. And then I look ahead and I see some pilgrims for the first time. So again, I think the universe is telling me we have entered a new stage. This is a new zone on the map. Be prepared for new challenges. And drink it all in, my friends. Woo! We're here in Sarria. We've got a little over 100K to go, maybe 112, something like that, if I remember the last marker I saw. So we're making our time. And we continue on to Santiago, my friends. Walking through Sarria. I'm still I haven't even hit the city center. But I popped into a cafe to get a cortado, and something happened to me for the first time. Hola. Whoa, that just actually happened again too. So I go into this place, a couple locals were in there, and I walked in. Another couple locals came in after me. The waitress ignored me. The bartender, I went and stood up to the bar. She went over to the table, chatted with the locals, served them, and I figured, okay, fine. I'm not in a rush. I'm standing at the bar. I'll wait for my coffee. She didn't look at me. Then she went about cleaning up tables. Ooh. So message received. And then that lady that was just walking by, okay, buenos dias, hola. A look of disdain. I wonder if part of this new map is that the NPCs are not very friendly because it is being loved to death. They are maybe sick of pilgrims. We're gonna find out. Maybe that's just a bad experience. Maybe I caught her after rush hour in the bar. Maybe that lady was walking facing into the sun, and that was just, she got a resting bitch face maybe. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I just felt something that is new to me. So we continue onward. Ciao. I wonder if the church is open. Let's see if I can get a stamp at this church in Sarria. I don't think it is. Worth a check. No. Está cerrado. Lo siento. Oh, there's going to be a lot of this now, huh? We got Sarria. There's going to be a lot of this now. I guess I'll just take a video of going by while they do their thing. No problem. No problem. I just gotta take it on. That's what I have to deal with. It's no problem. Who knows how long they're going to sit there with their setup, talking and doing the thing. Yeah, enjoy. And as I go down this road, I think, suddenly I'm not seeing yellow arrows. I was distracted by the Saria sign, and I wanted to take a picture, and then I got distracted by, oh, they're just going to sit in front of it, and who knows how long they're going to do that, so don't really care about Saria, let's move along. Got distracted, and it turns out I was supposed to go up and around the church, so I looked at the map, no big deal. The back of a, I don't know if it's a church or a castle or what. I'm still going to connect back to the Camino, but I do need to be mindful. This is a reminder. I need to remain mindful that my journey and my destiny is controlled by the way I process my thoughts. Up here, I jump back on the Camino again. No problem. We'll see you later, my friends. Ooh, another old building. Up there. What do you think it is? Let's go see. I know, the app says don't take this variant. It said go straight ahead. I wanted to take the variant. You got to cross a pretty cool bridge back there. And I met two folks, one from Idaho and the other originally from New Mexico. I passed by and they're like, oh, there's a Colorado flag. And I had to stop and chat for just a second. They're just starting today. They're doing 5 days to Saria. And comparatively speaking, I feel like a grizzled vet who's a month in and has already gone 700 kilometers. So, yay. Let's do this thing. Ah, I lied. This is where the split is. Okay? This one, complementario, that way. This traditional path, or the current path, the app says do the current path. So that is what I will do. Woo! Quite the climb out of Saria that I was not expecting. There was a little stand down at the bottom where you could get a sello, a stamp for your credencial. And there was a group of like 16 people standing around waiting to stamp their credential, which I have done in other places before. And then there was that climb. And I must have passed 10 people on that climb. For me, I mean, hard work, yeah. Didn't even register on the meters as far as how difficult was it compared to other ones that we've done in the last month. So I feel like these people are just getting their legs. I love to see it, actually. I was a bit annoyed by the dominating of the Saria sign. It's okay, this is not my Camino, I don't own this. And I didn't even care about Saria. I just wanted to pass through as fast as possible. So I know I've booked the rest of my trip. And today, I'm like more than halfway done with my day now. And tomorrow, I've got another day like today. But then afterwards, it is very short distances. There is an opportunity. I don't want to talk about it yet, but I'm thinking about it today. So I will keep you posted. Look, 111K. Shit. I mean, that's almost striking distance, honestly. But a beautiful countryside up at the top of the hill outside of Saria. Buen Camino, my friends. We see the gaggles. of Peregrinas Nueves. Yeah, surprising. I wasn't expecting it. Out of Sarria, there was a very sharp, steep up. And it flattened out just for a second, and now it's been like gradually up the whole way. I mean, we're up here again. I wasn't expecting it. Still, doesn't really move the needle compared to day one, or climbing up to Fontebadon, or the climb up to Osabrera. Still, hard work. The new pilgrims are definitely feeling it today. I've passed quite a few of them, and to my surprise, there's not hordes of people, at least not today. Not now, not here. And apart from one moment of frustration that I just got over very quickly, I'm cool with it. I've actually enjoyed. That guy's going along the Bicigrinho route. Why would he do that? He can do whatever he wants. I'm following this route, 109 km left. Aside from that one moment of frustration, then I let it go. Everything's cool. So, I noticed that, I pass people and I'll say, hola, buenos dias, buen camino. And people are very happy to say it back. So let's share this joy. Let's spread the joy. I am going to try to not be poopy as much as possible. It's the only thing that I can do. Oh, wow. Okay, again, look, these trees had been aggressively pruned. There. Yeah, there. And then the shoots just shoot straight up. So that's why they get pruned like that. It is very, very cool. I see you, Galicia. Let's keep rocking. Oh, and I did stop just a stand-up cortado in Sarria. Gave me a little bit of energy, a little bit of juice. Really, I was only killing time so I could do this. Hello. Hello, Carols. How are all of you doing? Good, I hope. Okay. Maybe they're just not in the mood. Okay, bye. Ah, beautiful horse. Cortada. Thank you. We're gonna eat this and then ciao. No time for lunch yet. I did pop in. I had a little almond cookie with a cortado. Just stand up, bang it out. I was in and out in less than 2 minutes. We're walking, friends. Buen camino. The group is doing the thing. It must be a very old tree. Hola, hola. Buen camino. Let's get going up in the old tree. Okay. That's one of the groups I passed before. There's going to be a lot of this. I'm embracing it. I'm smiling. I'm happy they're having their incredible experience here in beautiful Galicia. I just need to stay full of cookies and coffee. It's going to keep me happy. And if I start to get funky and sour, maybe a vino tinto or a calimocho. That always raises my spirits. But for now, yo vamos a Santiago. All of the stamps are special. All of the children are special. But there was just a man back there after the bridge. He had a little folding table. and he was selling some things. He was also giving away stamps, and I wanted to show this one. He stamped this way, and then you see he melted some wax and put that on as well. This one is very special, and I chatted with him for a minute. It's very nice. I'll always remember it. And I'm holding it open to make sure that the wax is all the way dry. I think it should be fine to put away now. Okay, let's go. You're gonna start seeing these buildings more and more. I forget what they're called, but they are used to store grains. So you'll see them. I know a lot of people, when they first see them, say, what is that? They're used to store grains. Oh, blasting you with the sun. No problem. Little info for you. This is what I was expecting. So, let's have it. That's cool. I just stopped in there for lunch, and I ran into two guys that I met in Leon during the blackout. One, I can't remember how to pronounce his real name, but the nickname I gave him was Chucky, baby. Chuck. Charles, something like that, and another traveler named Mike from New York. And when the power went out, I found myself at a table with them talking about what to do. Should we leave the city? Should we stay? Etc., etc. And I hadn't seen them since then. So I just plopped in there for lunch by myself. I was just gonna rock up, get a coffee and a cookie and go. And I saw them, decided to sit down for a half hour, had a nice big piece of pizza and another one of the galletos, an almond galleto, almond biscuit with the coffee, and I drank some of my water, and we chatted, shared some stories. It was really good to see them. I wish them the best, and I hope I see them again. Very, very interesting guys, both. So we move along. One of those moments of magic where the unexpected happens, and they've felt the same thing. And I see, is this a couple dogs laying in the road? Maybe getting some sun. I see cows. Okay, we love the cows always. But I think we just got a couple dogs taking a nap in the road. So I'm just gonna talk and walk by and show you these dogs. Surely they're napping. And make sure he's breathing. Okay, he's breathing. He's just taking a nap. And I saw that one move. He's taking a nap. Good dogs. Let sleeping dogs lie. Okay, onward. Now this is nice to have. They know this is going to be a drainage, so they've built, kind of a channel, and then laid in some very big rock that, might get a little wet. Good traction though, not muddy. This is definitely preferable to some of the dark, muddy, washed out paths that we've been on in the last month. I think you'll know which ones I'm talking about. This is much better. Guys, let me see my level of zoom before I do that. We are close to seeing the marker. The marker that says there's 100 kilometers left. We are very close. I do expect there to be a crowd there waiting to take pictures. And I will do the same thing because it is a milestone. Yeah, quite literally, it's a milestone. A mile marker, kilometer marker, it's a kilometer stone. But for me, the number's the number, it is what it is, but I would love to take my picture there. And so I hope that I will see it, and I hope I get my turn to take a picture. Andiamo. Vamos a Santiago. Beautiful Galicia. "100 kilometers left. We're doing. Yeah. But first a cortada, huh? This is the albergue that I had a reservation for tonight, but it is only 1:35, so I stopped in, cortado, and a little snack. These are beautiful. It's like a little pound cake dipped in chocolate. I'm gonna fill up my water. I'm gonna move on, maybe do another 12K. We'll see. But I want to move faster. I'd like to shave a day off the whole situation. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try. Ciao. It is 10 minutes to 2, and Puerto Marin is another 8.5K. That's about 2 hours. I am gonna go there. I was supposed to stay at that albergue. I'm gonna keep going, okay? I'm gonna keep going. As I said, I may try to make up a day. And I may try to make up 2 days. This is crazy, I know, but it's not actually as crazy as it sounds. Just a couple more hours, maybe a few more hours of walking over a couple days collapses one day. And then I've spaced out my last, 100K. My last few days are very, very short. So I could probably condense those as well, make myself 2 days, maybe meet more friends in Santiago, and then I don't know what. It could be a couple days on the coast. It could be a couple extra days in Madrid. It could be that I change my flight and go home a little early. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out. But I see the crowd at the 100K marker. I don't know if I want to make a big stink about it. I'm just gonna walk by. I don't need that picture. I've got this. This experience I've been on for 700K so far is way more important than one picture at a single stone. And I've been documenting the whole thing, and you guys have been along the whole way. So, of course, I talk to you. You guys, this is probably just me watching this in the future, and my family and friends who are keeping track, and maybe a few people I inspire. But we're doing the thing, okay? We're having fun. Look at this crowd. This is what I expected it to be. Okay, buen camino, friends. Here come the bikers. Buen camino.
Buen camino.
Buen camino, señor. They are a bit of a menace. This is the one. 100K. Amazing. Wouldn't you know it? Mentally prepared for a bit of a show, and it all worked out. I got the picture, etc., etc. Okay, ciao. Again, I forget what they're called, but we see them everywhere now. Storing the grains, and I bet in the fall, the autumn, this is lovely and covered and full of grapes. But right now it's spring, and life is springing. Ooh, chocolate cafe. You know what I haven't had today? A calimocho, or a beer, or wine. It's just been water and coffee all day. Not even a juice. But I have been drinking plenty of water. Okay, let's continue. It's like, ooh, blast you with the sun. Hold up, let me switch my hands here. Hey, terrible. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon, still going. The dogs are starting to bark a little bit. I've been at it since 7 a.m., so 7.5 hours of walking now. I think I probably took about a half-hour break and sat with Chucky and Mike. So about 7 hours of walking. 21 miles. That tracks with what I'm seeing on my step counter. I think I put in 22 so far, and maybe another hour to go. 25-mile day, pretty good. The last 25-mile day I did was, if I'm not mistaken, in the hail and rain and sleet and driving wind on the way to Burgos for Easter. I think that was the longest day I did, so I think I'm going to match it today. Maybe I try again tomorrow. I don't know. We're going to see how I feel. I keep changing my mind as to what I want to do. I kind of feel like I know this is my Camino, and I'm doing it my way, and I've made choices for me. But I would really like to make sure that I see a bunch of friendly faces in Santiago, even if it's not walking in with them. I'd like to see them when I walk in, and maybe they're there for their second day, or maybe I have gone in, and on my extra day there, I see them come in. I think I'd really like that. So I'm picking up the pace a little bit because as I talk to more and more people, I think most of the folks I've met and made relationships with along the way are in front of me. I think it's a combination of taking that rest day in León, as well as going to Samos, and taking a few other longer detours. So we're going to see how it goes. But for now, more uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. It is 2:42. I got about another hour to go to Puerto Marin. I believe that is it in the distance. Enhance, enhance, enhance. You know this. I think that is Puerto Marin. It looks about an hour, hour and a half away. Yeah, we're gonna go there. I'm kind of glad I did the extra mileage. My shin is starting to feel it. My feet are starting to feel it. I'm gonna treat them good. I'm gonna eat well tonight. I'm looking for more than a pilgrim meal. I'm looking for something nice and hearty tonight. We'll see what happens though. Ciao. I love this. I love this. My little baby sheep. I love the little baby sheeps. I love this. Incredible. Little baby sheeps. So, Oh yeah, chickens. We got chickens and pollos. Hola pollos. Hola pollos. Don't harass the wildlife, Joe. We got doing the gatito. Huh? Hola gato. Okay, so one thing I've definitely noticed today, not only are there more people, a significant amount more. There are also more stops, which is cool, balances it out. But I've noticed among the people, lots of very tiny bags, lots of no bags at all, lots of Milan Fashion Week. And people that look like me, I'm making an assumption that I look like a thing, a specific thing, but a veteran walker. I've had people, just as I was walking by and saying hello, ask me, oh my gosh, is that everything you have? How long you been walking? So I must have this air of experience, veterancy, veteranity, whatever it is. I don't want to, it's maybe I'm imagining it, but there are very few people that I think look the part of an experienced traveler at this point, and this looks like a bunch of tourists, to me, tourists on a little day hike, and they're going to do that 5 days in a row, because I think that's mostly what it is, and that's fine. I'm going to try to blend in. I just thought I'd capture that because it is very apparent as I get throughout the day that that's what it looks like. Anyway, moving along. Santiago. By the way, Porto Marine is like, it's right there. We'll be there. Wow, look at this. We took Complementario. It is very steep and very dicey. No bicycles and slow going. Well, we make our way a Santiago, huh? Yeah. This is something. Whew. What is your name?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
I'm talking with my new friend Emmanuel from Tejas.
And you?
I'm Joseph.
Joseph. Nice to meet you, Joseph.
Nice to meet you.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto, señor. See?
One of those phrases that you learned.
See? This narrows down into nothing, and we've got a bit of a traffic jam, but it's okay. One step at a time, and we all make it down safely. Very cool, very cool. We got a lot of day one walkers making sure we don't twist any ankles or nothing like that. I like it. Easy peasy, huh? No problemo. Yeah, yeah. Hey, you're almost into Porto Marine. Amase bye, Emmanuel. Oh, pardon. We're about to I almost smacked the guy with my sticks because I wasn't looking. I didn't expect to see anybody. There's this reservoir here. We're going to cross this bridge. We're going to Porto Marine. A good day. About 25 miles on the feet. Got to pass this crowd of people. Ugh, tiny little backpacks. Look. Tiny little backpacks. No judgment. Day one walkers. I feel good for them. Buen camino. We got all those people there. Look at all these people here. Everybody coming from multiple places. We're all joining up on the path. It's the Rio Minho, huh? And we go on a Santiago, huh? Oh, The River Minho. Is this the same River Minho that goes between Portugal and Spain? Okay. And that? Porto Marín, huh? Andiamo. It is almost 4 o'clock. I walked 25 miles today. It's not so bad. And I think I'm gonna try to knock out another 25 or 30 tomorrow. I'd really like to get to Santiago in the next 3 days. So we'll see what we can do. There's a bunch of people back there ringing the Liberty Bell. We're all walking to Porto Marín. I see up there is a cathedral. I see in front of us a giant staircase. I hope I don't have to walk up that staircase. But we'll continue on. Andiamo. Perdón. Gracias. It's not a lot of room on this bridge. But, as I said, the sign said is the River Minho. I think this is the same River Minho that separates Portugal and Spain. And so, if it is, I've crossed it in that direction and walked across between Portugal and Spain, between Valencia, Portugal, and Tui, Spain. Very cool. Very cool to have walked across this river twice in different places, both times on the Camino. I hope I'm not blasting you with the sun too bad. And I hope I don't, it doesn't look like I have to walk up those stairs. No, I don't. Good, because my shin is hurting.
You want a picture? I'll take a picture of you here.
Okay. No, I'm doing like a daily vlog. I'm going to explain how I see so many peregrinos going up that way.
Okay.
And so many that need to climb these stairs. So we go. Alto. Andiamo, huh? Andiamo. That actually wasn't so bad. Not so bad. That guy was from Boston. Good liberal arts college, huh? More stairs. Okay. It's the mountain goat in me. All this training going up and up and up and up. That was nothing. I could do 8 more of those. Hope I don't have to, but I could. We continue. That's the River Minho down there. We're up here. I actually don't know where the Camino is. I think it's up in that direction, but I'm gonna pop up here real quick and see what's up. Find some shade. See where the albergues are. Maybe sit down and find a calimocho. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, okay. See, I know I'm in the right place. Okay, we're in Porto Marín. I'm headed to the municipal. It's 4 o'clock. We're gonna see if we can find a spot. Otherwise, we start searching, huh? Lots of places to eat, lots of places to shop. Supermercado, banco. Ho 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 ho! Gilbert, Inober, Iana. Hold on, I gotta say hi to my friends.
It's possible. I
but it's hard.
Gilbert,
Yeah.
Joseph. Norbert and Anya went down. We're all gonna have dinner together. I'm so happy.
This morning,
40K today. I did 25 miles to catch up to these people. I'm so happy. And
yeah.
Calema.
It was in front of us.
Absolutely amazing. Big push today. 25 miles, 40K. Something in my mind said, Joe, keep walking, keep walking. And now, here I am. I saw Norbert and Anya and Joseph, my Austrian beer collector, and Gilbert, and Rufy is sleeping. And there are more friends here. I've caught up to them all. And we're gonna have dinner tonight. My heart is so full. I'm so happy. Incredible. Wow. So, I'm gonna check into the municipal albergue and get rid of my bag. I'm gonna come back out. I'm gonna celebrate a little bit. We're gonna have dinner together. It's beautiful. The plan, we all walk into Santiago. We'll be there Sunday together. Incredible. So cool. Ciao, my friends. Buen camino. Wow. Look at that. I'll probably check that out later. I definitely want to check into the municipal albergue first. Okay, we're gonna do that. That's Joseph / Rene from, what is it, Belgium, right?
Rene?
You?
I'm from Belgium, yes.
Belgium, that's right. And we were talking about vitamin B, beer, and vitamin C, chocolate.
Yes. I have my daily portion.
Yeah, I know. So I'm doing laundry here. I told you that I saw Joseph the Austrian beer hunter, and Norbert, and Anna, and Gilbert. And then I come to check into the municipal, and Rene is here, and Federico Pepe is here, and the gentleman from France. Who's the other guy's name from France? What's his name? Do you know?
This one.
Yeah. Who's in the
Jean-Yves.
Joif?
Yeah.
He's here. I mean, it's amazing. Everybody's showing up. I just saw Selma and Claire's here apparently. This is wild. I was, the universe told me everything was going to be okay, right? I was feeling alone, and then people started reaching out, and then I started meeting people.
Yeah, the universe
here we are.
is playing a huge role.
The universe is playing a huge role for me, personally.
Yeah, I told you, what drives me, I didn't know, is that the pocket I had at my Andy for my daughter from the Temple of the Universe in Kyoto. Eh? So it's very strange how things are
Very strange. And yeah, it's amazing. What a great day. I think the plan for most of us is to reach Santiago on Sunday. So I asked the Oxford Hotel if I could shift my reservation to be Sunday and Monday, and then I'll continue on to the coast from there. It's an evolving plan, but remember this morning I said I've got an idea. We're going to see if it works. It has worked out perfectly. I couldn't have asked for anything better. It's incredible. Ciao. This has been such a wild roller coaster of emotion day. Last few days I felt isolated, and today I pushed 40K, 25 miles. And then I found Mike and Charles for lunch. And then I pushed to Porto Marin. And I found Federico, Pepe, Rene, Joseph, Norbert, Anna, Gilbert. Suddenly I'm surrounded by friends. And I think we're all going to shoot into Santiago on Sunday together as a family. I thought maybe I didn't have a Camino family, but I did, and I stepped away and came back. I've been really deep in my feelings. It's almost embarrassing, but here we are. A couple minutes before 7. Supposedly there's something happening in the church here, a very special ceremony. So I think I've gone to the grocery store. I got some fruit, meat, cheese, some cookies, those little almond galletos cookies, and some more Haribo gummy bears. And I got some body gel, the municipal albergue. I'm in a dorm room, and out of the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beds, I know 8 of the people. It's incredible. The universe has told me it's cool. So I'm gonna cling to my family and be happy. We're gonna have dinner tonight. I'm gonna pop in here to this church because I feel like I owe the universe a little bit of respect. So I'm gonna pop in and we're gonna see what happens. What a great magical day. Everything is as it should be. I'm very, very happy. Very happy today. A beautiful patio, a beautiful Italian restaurant. I got some bread and some vino tinto, roasted chicken with potatoes and a little salad. This is gonna be good. I'm feasting and then I'm gonna celebrate with friends. Not too much, just enough. This is a very good day. It was a beautiful dinner. Headed back to the albergue, get my laundry off the dryer. Whoop. I was a little close, huh? Get the laundry off the dryer and maybe do some uploading and some file management. Nice town, Porto Marin. I'm happy I came. And I gotta stretch my leg. My calf is feeling all the miles from today. Not my calf, my shin, my left shin. It's feeling all the miles from today. So I'm going to hit the hay a little bit early. What is this, 8:30? Yeah, 8:35. I'm gonna hit the hay and do some stuff. And I think tomorrow is maybe Palais del Rey. I'm butchering the pronunciation, but it should be not, of course, not quite as long as today. Maybe 28 km, maybe 29. We'll see what happens, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Buen Camino.